traders, I'm Anna Kasatkina and you're watching the latest economic calendar on Insta TV. Early next week, all eyes will be turned to the following market movers. On Tuesday, data on the consumer price index will be released in China. Analysts suppose that in May, the indicator rose by 1.3%. In the previous period, the price increase was faster and it amounted to 1.5%. In April, prices mostly rose in the food products sector. At the same time, the producer price index, which shows changes in the wholesale prices, reduced by 4.6%. China's targeted inflation rate for 2015 is 3%, compared to 2% the previous year. On Tuesday, the GDP data for the first quarter will be revealed in the Eurozone. Experts suppose that the preliminary estimation will be unchanged and the indicator will be at 0.4% on a quarterly basis and 1% on a yearly basis. In the fourth quarter of the last year, GDP of the currency bloc grew by 0.3% compared to July-September and by 0.9% compared to the previous year. The economic growth in France and Italy was higher than expected and compensated for a lower economic upturn in Germany and recession in Greece. The European economy is growing amid low oil prices, a weak euro, and the ECB's quantitative easing program. If data meets the forecast, the Eurozone will be ahead of the UK, which was the European leading economy. On Wednesday, the final GDP data for the first quarter will see the light of day in Japan. Analysts also forecast that the preliminary data will be unchanged. According to the preliminary data, GDP advanced by 0.6% compared to the previous quarter and lowered by 1.4% compared to 2014. In October-December of 2014, the Japanese economic upturn reduced by 0.9% and added 0.3% compared to the third quarter. The economic policy pursued since 2012 by Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe has substantially increased the money supply to control the Japanese yen devaluation. The policy is aimed at the strengthening of the Japanese exporters' competitiveness on the international markets. A lot of Japanese companies have already earned considerable revenue in the first quarter. Also, the market attention will be turned to the following statistical data. On Monday, the industrial production report is due for release in Germany. Also, G7 meeting will take place this day. On Tuesday, the trade balance report will be published in China. The unemployment and inflation rate data will be on tap in Switzerland this day. Also, the household consumption report will be unveiled in the Eurozone. On Wednesday, the industrial production data for April will be released in the UK. And this concludes the calendar of the latest financial events prepared for you by Insta TV team.